Welcome back to the Game Challenger. My name is Tony Bello and I'm your host today. My two co-hosts, Bosse and Joe, are here also. And guess who we have here for you too? The young ones. Three brilliant young minds. Yeah. So remember, those of you that haven't been to this channel before, the Game Challenger, what we do is we challenge the game. If you don't know where we are, you can go to the YouTube channel and see us, the Game Challenger UK. Now, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Now, those of you that haven't seen the first episode, go back and watch the first episode, because in the first episode, we actually had honest reflections from our young guests about life, study, pressure, and the future. But now we're going deeper. This episode is about real experience, where we have friendship, loneliness, finding your people, building your confidence, and turning your passion into opportunity in this fast changing world. Remember, there's no script, no filters, just real conversations about what actually is happening in the young ones right now. Yeah. So this episode is episode 2. So let's go in it. But before we go in it, remember all I ask of you is to like, share, and subscribe and comment. And also notify so that you hear what's happened in the next episode. So again, my name is Tony Bello. I'm your host today, and we're going to go straight into the studio. So over to the studio. I'm going to, Joe and Bosse, you can ask questions now, but I think you should direct it at Deji first because he needs to leave pretty soon. Yeah? So, who's going to go first, Joe or Bosse?
Joe, you go first. I'm happy to wait. Thanks.
Be quick because these are young ones. They want fast questions, fast responses. Yeah? Okay, go on.
Yeah. Please don't push me. Let me get to my point.
I know how you like to start an essay before you ask a question.
Giving you plenty of time to ask your questions.
Go
right. AG, right. What is your experience in terms of friendships within social environment, within university environment? What is your experience with people? No, I'm just talking about the opposite sex. I'm talking about male. Are you making friends? And indeed, what society? When me and Tony was at university, we joined the Afro-Caribbean Society. We had joint venture between the university and the polytechnics. What is your experience?
So I'm going to speak about myself and what I've seen from other people as well. In terms of making friends, I think this is in university, especially as a young person, it's easy to isolate yourself. So you've got social media, and so you can stay in your room all day, and this is your first time you have no parents telling you to get up and go outside, and then you also have university. However, in this day and age, a lot of, for example, last year I had lectures that were live streamed, and all the slides are online, and they'd post, if they weren't live streamed, they post the videos of the lectures afterwards, which is actually mandatory at my university. So you didn't actually, a lot of the time, unless you had a physical lab where you needed to make something, you didn't need to go on campus to interact with your course. And that meant that it's easy to isolate yourself and not meet new people. And I think that's where societies play a big role, or not even societies, pushing yourself to go outside. For example, playing sports, being in sports teams, even if it's an individual sport, when you're outside doing an individual sport, you're likely to run into people. Even working in workspaces like the library, you can only be focused for so long, and when you're on your breaks, you tend to run into people. I think I've had that a lot more in my second year. I take my breaks and I go to see one of my friends, and they'll be with somebody that I don't know, and then I'll meet somebody new. So I think what I've seen in other people is the desire to make more friends, but I think the social aspect in university can also be overwhelming, and it can be hard to find your circle. For example, I think, one of my friends, we weren't the closest friends in sixth form, but we were cool. Like we had a good relationship, and we were part of the same societies, played the same sports, but we didn't interact well with the same people. And so he found, in terms of a one-on-one relationship, we always stayed in contact. But in terms of finding a wide friend group, he struggled in the first year. However, it just took more time because he had to expose himself to other circles, which turned out not to be the same as mine. And I think it's a learning curve that everybody has to go through. That everybody has different interests. Everybody's comfortable with it with different people, and yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
Brilliant.
Bosse.
Say what you
Bosse.
say, Shay.
No,
Yeah.
Bosse should go first. So,
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you, Deji, for sharing that experience, because I think it will help people that can find the university environments overwhelming, and also, you know, socializing overwhelming as well, and getting to know new people, kind of thing. So thank you for sharing that experience. I think you said something that really kind of touched me when you said that, yeah, to find your tribe might take a bit of time, because you had a good one-on-one friendship with that person, and then it took them a while to kind of, you know, get to know other people and find people that they had maybe more common interests, and then they could build a better friendship. Because I think, well, if I take myself back to my university days, I didn't join any societies or anything like that.
Do you want to go that far?
Huh?
I'm joking away.
Sorry?
Go.
I mean, there were lots of confident people around me, and I wasn't necessarily that confident, if that makes sense. So you kind of sometimes are kind of like, oh, that person's confident. You can be dazzled, sort of thing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, we can hear you.
Okay,
Joe needs a hearing aid.
Okay. So I think that's really good advice for young people. What I wanted to ask you is, what would you encourage? What would you say to someone in uni that's going to be going to uni, in terms of, like, what would your advice be in terms of getting to know people and making friends? Just any sort of advice.
Okay. By the way, this is going to be the last question. After this, I'm going to have to go. In terms of making friends, I think, first of all, found this in myself as well. Don't get too comfortable in your own solitude. It's easy to be comfortable on your own. However, it's not good for your well-being, and there's greater satisfaction when you share experiences with other people. So you have to be open to finding new people, and also one experience with friends, or not one experience with new people, doesn't determine the whole university. It's impossible that you're going to meet everybody in the university. My university has almost 10,000 people in it. You're not going to meet all of them. So if you haven't met people that you get along with yet, there's still people out there that you could build a relationship with. But yeah, I think in terms of advice of actual steps to find those people, go outside to societies. I think it's one society that everybody should join is if there's a society on your course. For example, I am a part of engineering society, which means that we can talk about our course as well, if we're finding our course difficult, our current assignments. A cultural society, for example, I'm part of Afro-Caribbean Society, and also one that has the power for social change. For example, I'm part of Black STEM Society, which is for Black people in STEM, doing sciences, engineering, mathematics, and such courses. But yeah, put yourself into spaces to find people with familiar ground to you.
Thank you,
Right,
Deji. That was
Deji.
fantastic.
Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.
Okay,
I'm gonna go now.
yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so Joseph, over to Rowan. The same question. Rowan.
Right. Hi. Could you just remind me what your background is again? Are you you've left university, you're working now, aren't you?
Yeah, so I left university 2 years ago,
What
and then I have
degree
my
did you
photography, business management.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
And then what you do now?
So I work in IT department within the radiology department of a hospital. That's part time, and then I
Yeah,
also have
sorry,
my own
I didn't hear
photography
you.
business. So I
It's not
shoot weddings and concerts and stuff. Pardon?
Okay, so you're doing a combination of graphic and you're working in business, are you? IT.
Yeah.
How are you finding your working environment? Is there any challenges at the moment with the advent of new digital and AI? How are you finding that?
Well, in regards to my current job, I'm fine. It's fine. I find it quite easy. Like when I first started, it was quite hard because it was very clinical and like there was a lot of words that I just had never heard. Obviously because I don't come from a medical background. Because I moved from another department, which is like the technical support department, which is like you go around hospital fixing computers and stuff, which
Yeah.
I guess is a lot more engaging. But I mean, with the rise of AI, it's kind of worrying because like with my job now and my skill set now, I could probably automate my job if I put my mind to it.
Do you feel you need to
So-
upskill?
I would say not at the moment. I mean, because I'm more focused on my photography. Well, that's my main like passion at the moment. So I'm really enjoying that. But it's nice obviously to have like, because that's freelance, obviously it's nice to have something on the side while you're building up your own business.
Right.
Okay.
So
May
Thank
I
you
ask
very
a
much.
question, Tony? It's
Yeah,
Rohan.
yeah.
Rohan, I think it's fantastic what you're doing. I like the fact that you've got a part-time role at a hospital and you're running your own business essentially. And I think that gives the young generation hope to see that if you find something that you love and do, you can turn it into a business. So could you just please tell us how you got started with your photography business? Because I'm really interested.
Yeah, actually. So I want to say a year and a half ago, I was at university. And the way that I was working at university was I would work like 9 to 5, like 5 or 6 days a week throughout the holidays, at the hospital doing technical support. And that was just how I funded my lifestyle. And then I think I just had some money left over one time, and I think I saw one of my older cameras it was quite bad. It wasn't like a professional, something you could use within a business. And I spent a bit of money and bought myself a professional camera. And just so it happened, like it was honestly a bit of luck and a bit of networks. But one of my friends, he had another friend who worked for like an events company basically. And they were hosting a Bryson Tiller concert sort of thing, like when they have club appearances basically.
Yeah.
And then that was like my inroad into concept photography. So I asked him to ask his friend to ask his friend's manager if I could just attend. Like it was completely free, just attend. I didn't have to pay for entry, which was I guess was nice, and then take some photos. And then that was like my inroad into concept photography. And then from concept photography, I was doing that for I want to say like 4 or 5 months. So I was shooting for loads of different artists, and that was great fun. But it was very competitive, and there was always someone you had to fight tooth and nail to get the job over. So then I moved more into events like birthdays, and like I done a few cultural events and parties and that sort of stuff. And that was great. And then I realized that there's a whole other world to weddings. So that's where I've been like the last 3 months, 4 months. Is just trying to push myself as far as possible in that industry, the wedding industry. So I still do a bit of concerts here and there and a bit of other things here and there, but my main focus at the moment is weddings.
That's fantastic. And there's lots more. There's so much opportunity because everybody gets married. Well, not everybody,
exactly.
Lots of people get married year to year. So that's fantastic. And it's going to inspire a lot of the young ones, So thank you.
Careful about everyone gets married.
No, sorry, yeah.
But right,
Sorry.
so obviously they pay you now. Before you did it for free just to get in
Yeah.
there, isn't it? And now you change something that's free into paid work, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. Do you mind me asking for like a wedding shoot? Because there might be some people listening to this that need to get their wedding done. What's roughly the cost?
I mean,
Or
it really
how do you
depends.
charge? How do you charge? Just
Yeah,
generally.
so it really depends because I'm quite new to weddings. My rates kind of reflect the newness to weddings, but also the experience that I do have within the industry already. Like within events and whatnot, because I have been doing events, it's just not specifically weddings. But for some people, weddings can go up to like £7,000 to £10,000 for like a 2-day event, 1-day event. For me at the moment, I'm in between like I would say about, it depends obviously. So my offering on my website right now for a full day is 1,199. But if it was like a more tailored thing, so say for example, like I had an inquiry yesterday actually, and it was someone who just wanted it was at the Lewisham registry office, and they just wanted 2 hours to cover a few portraits, and then that would obviously be a lot less, probably like 300 350-ish.
Right, fantastic. I really want people to listen to Rohan, and the reason why is because a lot of people want to go into business and they want to get paid straight away.
Yeah,
Whereas you have to understand, you have to get in first.
that's right.
Yeah,
Do
it's really
something for
definitely
free.
like that.
Yeah.
Like there was one time where I had so I live in West London. There was a guy who messaged me, and I travelled all the way from West London to Lewisham for £50. For £50 for a 2.5-hour shoot, and then included editing as well. So yeah, like you don't get paid immediately. It does take work, and you have to build up a portfolio. And until you have that portfolio, you just have to be happy working for free. And if you're not happy working for free, then it might not be the right business for you.
Wow,
I love it.
fantastic.
That is
Love it.
fantastic.
Very inspiring, very motivational. Shay,
Yes.
Joe,
Joe, do you want to go first?
Joe, you got some questions for Shay? Because this is going to be, before we round up, this is the last question session because we don't want the young ones have things to do. And just to remind you again, Joseph, you need to get your earpiece on because we can't hear you.
Yeah. Hello. You stop interrupting. Thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated. Ran, I really like what you're doing. Really inspired. I believe in freeness. Yeah. Content free. I provide training free at first to get your foot in, for people to know you. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you for really coming on the program. Inspiration. To me, I'm an old man, and I'm much younger than Tony. Anyway, let's move on. Shay, how's it going? Thank you very much. Right, Shay, how's it going at the university? You're doing the same thing as what me and your dad do, computer science. You know, I did computer masters and my first degree is in accounting. Are you finding it? I know you've said some few things before about the challenges. Trust me, from what our program has been, AI is not going to take your job yet. Yeah, it's got a long way to go. Yeah, although Deji was saying automation, but they're having to push people that they've made redundant because of AI back to doing software engineering. So I don't think you got anything to worry about that yet. But how is the course going? And how is the same questions that I asked Deji, socialization, you know, because your friend, Femi, who's meant to be on this program, has been struggling with those issues within university, friendships, socialization, you know, and then you're now free, so you manage your own time, you manage what you eat, and it's got a console. He had a console which his uncle took away from him because he became addicted to it. But how are you finding it within the new environment doing your masters? Are you constantly busy?
So in terms of the first question, in terms of like how I'm finding it, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I expected it to be like really difficult, but in my first term it wasn't too bad. I'm expecting it to like pick up the pace, maybe get more difficult as I have to like juggle my modules with like my research project that I need to work on as well. But so far I'm enjoying it, and the skills I'm learning is really like relevant to the real world and what's happening right now. So it's actually like really interesting.
What would that? Sorry to interrupt you. What skills? Because I saw on your LinkedIn you're doing ASW. Really important.
Yeah, so like in terms of like machine learning, designing like AI systems that have humans in the loop so that they don't replace humans, and they are like transparent, they're usable, and you're basically designing AI systems that are based on human values and needs rather than just optimization optimization and performance, pretty much. Yeah.
Right. You're gonna
social
get
sides. Social side.
on time.
Okay. Yeah. The social side, I think because it's my master's, I haven't been as social. But I keep busy. Like from my bachelor's of science, my undergraduate, I was more social. I don't think I've been as social as it's my master's, but I keep busy, so I'll be going to like the gym, doing my fellowship, playing football, kickboxing. So I meet people that way. So yeah, that's how I would say I meet people. But I think it's been a bit more lonely than my undergraduate, just because I'm a master's student, so I'm more focused on my work rather than the social side. But yeah, I'd say it's still social.
So just one last question, because you experienced this is your 4th year. What would you advise people like Rotimi, Kayode in going into university in terms of socialization, in terms of academic, in terms of discipline? What would you advise them?
In terms of socialization, I'd say like put themselves out there, join societies, play sports, whatever they enjoy doing, they should do that. Just put themselves out there and you'll find people. It might not necessarily be your people, but the more you put yourself out there, you'll find more people, and then eventually you'll find your own people. Because I remember like in my undergraduate, I met a lot of people. I thought they were my friends, and then realized that actually we don't align too well. Maybe it's in terms of interest, maybe it's in terms of morals. But the more you put yourself out there, eventually I think you'll find your people. And in terms of like studies and that, I'd say obviously have fun, but don't forget why you came to university and why you're taking out a loan. Make sure that you stay up to date with your studies, and also they need to understand that the job market has changed, so it's not just you get a degree and then you get a job. You need to be doing things on the side to make sure that you get the job after uni. So be applying for your internships, be doing projects, be trying to post on LinkedIn, because the job markets are really competitive now. So yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Much appreciated.
All right. So I think we're going to wrap up now. But before I wrap up, I just want to just say thank you very much for Rowan, Shay, and Deji. I just want you to just leave one inspiring message for people in your generation to give them hope for the future. Yeah, just in what you've experienced. So if I start off with Rowan, just one inspiring message. I mean, you've got lots to talk about because I'm inspired already, and as you can see, I'm grey, so it's not easy to inspire. It's easy to inspire. Just one inspiring message for those people that always. All right, Joe, calm down. Yeah. So one inspiring message for those people that are out there. They're roughly your age. They think nothing's going for them. They think that the world is just it's just rubbish. But one inspiring message.
I think my inspiring message would just be like, do what makes you happy. like regrets worse than failure. Like for me, in my case, obviously, like I love photography. I've always loved photography from when I was young. I never really found a way to monetize it until quite recently. And like even me, like personally, I do think sometimes like, oh, like what am I doing? Like I should just be getting like a corporate 9 to 5 job, something safe, something secure. But at the end of the day, like when I'm 40, when I'm 50, what will I look back on and look back on with happiness? Will I look back on me making attempts and strides to do my own thing and go my own way, and I get pave my own path, or take the easy route out and get a safe, secure job. So yeah, I mean, I guess my inspiring message would just be like, do what makes you happy. Not everyone has to be an entrepreneur. If what makes you happy is getting a job out of anywhere really, then go for it. But put your all into it and go 100%.
Wow, thank you. Do what makes you happy. You know what? That's what I think too. And that reminds me when I did when I went to uni and I studied a degree that I didn't want to do. Then after that, I then did a degree that I wanted to do. Yeah. Okay. So, Jay, over to you. One inspiring message for people in your position. They're looking for a job. They're looking for internship. They're just and they're not too happy. What one inspiring message can you give them?
I feel like being a Christian is difficult to like answer this question without mentioning Christianity. So I'd say just maintain faith and hard work, and God will reward you and God will favor you. And remember, like, it's not all about money, it's not about status or the job you work, it's about what's inside here, your morals.
Yeah.
And God will reward you for your hard work, and if you align your morals to what you believe is right. So yeah, pretty much that's it.
Well, I think both of them are very inspiring to me. I mean, the fact that you mentioned God, Christianity, that's huge. And I think some people that are Christians, sometimes I believe that they've lost faith if they don't believe that the future is going to be bright. So I think some people need to question themselves too from a faith point of view. Yeah. But I think thank you very much. And Bosse, do you want to say just quickly? Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say it's been fantastic hearing from Deji, Shay, and Rohan. You're fantastic young men, and you're an inspiration even to me. And I think any young people listen, all the young people that get to listen to this podcast, they'll get something out of it that will help them or inspire them. And I just felt, thank you so much for the information you've given. Thank you for what you're doing, and well done. You just keep on going, because we need young ones. You're our future. So it's just well done and keep going. I'm really proud of you all. Yeah.
So you're our future. You're our pension. Okay. So Joe, what do you think?
My last word is that Rohan and Deji and Shay, fantastic with your experience and opinion, and put faith in God. Don't mind what the machine can do in the future, because God take care of that. But the thing is, the other aspect of it is that we live in a global market. Provided you got the right skills, you can go anywhere and make a living. Yeah. So never fear what is happening in England. Yeah. If it suits you, if England suits you, fine. If it doesn't, we live in a global market. With PC on your desk, you could be working in China, anywhere. Yeah. So, and then having faith in God and keep going. That is the key. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And guys, the final word from me, the game has definitely been challenged today. And we've got some young men. And by the way, before any of you young girls have any ideas, or young women have any ideas, Shay's taken. Yeah, don't even think about it. Rohan, are you taken?
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't even think about it. The only possible one that I don't know about is Deji. So, guys, because I know some of the women, some of those young women out there will be listening to this and saying, boy, why can't I find a man like this? Because you know what? They're so fantastic. But there are men out there too. So, guys, I hope everybody got the best out of this, the Game Challenger. And I want to say a big, big thank you. And you know what? We are inspired. I am so excited about the future generation. You know, before I was worried when I came onto this call, but now I am super excited. And we'd love to get you on another call sometime very soon. So thank you.
Yeah.
And see you later. Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Rowan.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, I just wanted a private moment with you outside of the studio. And guys, I am so impressed by the young ones. What about you? Why don't you comment on how impressed you are? Comment on some of the things they've said. You know, it brings us to the end of this special series. And today wasn't just a conversation, it was a real window into the minds of our next generations, their pressures, their hopes, and how they're navigating in a fast changing world. Yeah. So, you know, think about it carefully. If I take one message away from this, what is the message you take away from this? The message I take away from this is, guess what? The future isn't lost. It's being shaped right now by those willing to adapt, learn, and believe in themselves. Think about it. Yeah. So really, it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning with the young ones. So what I'd like to say to everyone again is thank you for being part of the Game Challenger, the young ones. Keep growing, keep learning, keep challenging the game. Because remember, in the Game Challenger, it's quite simple. We challenge the game. And this game was an amazing game, the young ones. Remember, like, subscribe, and share and comment. We love you. We love you. And remember, notify. So that click on the notify button, click on the like, click on the subscribe now. Because guess what? We say it's the end of the series of the young ones, but I believe this has started a new beginning of a series for the young ones. So thank you. That's me. And again, a big thank you for my co-hosts, Bosse and Joe. You guys were amazing. And the big goes to the young ones, Deji, Shay, and Rowan. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.